Alright guys, I got me an LG 37-inch LCD TV, and here's a problem with it. If you hit the power button, it just sits here and blinks, and it eventually turns to solid green, but nothing happens. So, I'm going to attempt to fix it. So, see there, the screen came on, but nothing else happened. Sometimes the sound comes on, nothing else happens. It all depends on how it wants to act. Gonna attempt to fix this TV today. As you can see, it's a flat panel. It's a 37-inch LG LCD. You can see the screen's on. The problem with it is when you turn it on, that green power button just sits and blinks. Sometimes the screen comes on, but the actual picture doesn't come on. Sometimes the screen comes on and there's sound. Sometimes the screen doesn't come on and there's sound. Sometimes nothing happens at all. So we're going to take it apart and attempt to fix it today. Alright. Got it laying face down. Gonna take all the screws off. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14, 15. And there's 16, 17. Where's that other one at? What was that? There it was. 18. So 18 screws if I count it right. I'm gonna pull the back panel off.
Alright guys, this is what you're looking for. This board right here is the power control board, if that's what you want to call it. You can tell there's this purple or blue and brown wire that runs from the actual power connector to where you plug it into the wall, or the cord from the wall into the board. You actually want to look for these capacitors. They're supposed to be blown, but they're not. None of these are blown, so it's kind of mind-boggling why this is going on, but we'll get into it and check it out. Probably run through a couple things and see what goes on. So on to the next part.
Alright, well, none of the capacitors were spewing, so leaves me to scratch my head now. But what I'm going to do is on the back of this circuit board, I'll take a picture of it. What I'm going to do is reflow the solder for the capacitors and see if that helps. I looked all around it. I can't see anything that's actually cracked or anything like that as far as the solder joints go. So hopefully if I reflow the solder on the capacitors, that'll help. That looks questionable, but alright, we'll be back.
Here's a close-up of the power board. You can see on the back, if flipping it over and looking, you can flip the board over and look back and forth and figure out where the pins are. But on this board, you can see that the everything circled in red is the actual capacitor connections. You can tell that by the marking in between the two connections. I guess it'd be like a T then like a tree. So these are the capacitor connections. You can just look on the back of the board, or you can flip it back and forth to see.
Here's what I use as solder. It's actually a pencil torch with you can see that right in there and so on. It's actually a pencil torch with a solder tip. This is what I like to use to solder with. Right. Usually what I do before I solder is, well, first I'll let it warm up a little bit, then I'll run some solder. Let's see if this will pick it up. Actually, I'll burn it. Come on. There we go. I'll put solder on the tip just to make sure it's hot enough. And with new tips, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to do this to, I think it's called tinning or something like that. So, alright, but it's warmed up now, so. Isn't that picture I showed you? That little symbol is for all the capacitors, so that's what I'm looking for. So I'm just gonna hold it on there for a second while it melts. Then stop. So I'm just messing around here, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that on all the connections. So it's a little hard with the camera in front of your face. So I'll be back. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. But just to give you guys an idea what I've been doing, I'll do it on this one right here. Is I've been getting a little solder on the tip. Then let's see if it focus back in. Then I'm gonna have to do this. See if I can do this with two hands. Back in the focus. There we go. What I've been doing is holding it on there, add a little bit of solder. Come on, bastard. There we go. Get it nice and hot, then waiting for it to cool down. Let's see if I can find me another one to do. Here's some little ones. Really need to get the solder off the tip, but let's see here. I just touch it on there, put a little bit more solder. And this fucking camera, I'll tell you what. Maybe I'm just too close. Let's try this. Alright, there we go. Alright, this is to give you an idea of what I've been doing. I find a connection that looks questionable, I'll go up to it, put a little bit of solder on the tip, and let go. That's it. So, like, let's do just one for show you guys. These are pretty dusty too. Probably should have cleaned it first. This would be a good one right here. So just touch it on there. A bit of solder. Pull off. A little too much, but you guys get the point. Putting the extra solder on the tip helps to heat the solder up that's actually on the board. So let's do another one. There we go. Just like this. Stick it on there for a second. Add a little bit more solder. And that helps to heat up the solder that's already on the board. So I'm gonna keep on doing this and see if I can get it to work. Alright, well, reflowed the solder, added some more on all the capacitors. Probably won't be able to see, it won't focus in, but it doesn't want to focus in. So, not much to look at. We'll put everything back in and make sure it works. Alright, just got everything hooked back up. So, let's try it. The power button. Look at that. That was quick, huh? Try it again. Yep, look at that. Appears to be fixed, so see what happens over. Ooh, White Castles. Anyway, we'll see what happens in the next couple days. So.